You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue. You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and six-shield general, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Come on, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full. Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week. You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadarya teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Moth, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Qadash class, taught by Officer 1000 Katab. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Ironic.
You know the truth is the truth, that's all I know. Cry loud and spare not, you gon' get exposed. A few real niggas left, you not one of those. Real soldiers, we was born to stand 10 toes. If he ain't one West, that nigga not one of mine. He got a purple 12, me, I got a black 9. The truth is the wife of my youth, chop of my concubine. Had to die to get my rib, that bitch forever mine. You know the game, a bishop gotta be blameless. But GMS teaching niggas to be rapists. They screaming we snitch. When Joe Morgan was killed by your brother, y'all ain't say shit. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs.
Hey, 100 deep, 100 shields on, that's 100 priests. 100 boots, that's 200 feet. Tongue like a sword when I fucking speak. Teach you how to fish instead of fucking leech. Stop selling drugs instead of trying to fuck with meat. Knowledgeable but I'm rude in my fucking speech. Life is about warfare, not no fucking peace. Hey bitch, I cry loud when I fucking speak. Make them wait a year before they fuck with me. Turn a street nigga to a fucking priest. Cross a priest and I promise you forever sleep.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me. I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the Lord, they doing it. You said under Yahushua they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs no matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
ironic.
You know the truth is the truth, that's all I know. Cry loud and spare not, you gon' get exposed. A few real niggas left, you not one of those. Real soldiers, we was born to stand 10 toes. If he ain't one West, that nigga not one of mine. He got a purple 12, me, I got a black 9. The truth is the wife of my youth, chopper my concubine. Had to die to get my rib, that bitch forever mine. You know the game, a bishop gotta be blameless. But GMS teaching niggas to be rapists. They screaming we snitch. When Jordan Morgan was killed by your brother, y'all ain't say shit. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs.
Hey, 100 deep, 100 shields on, that's 100 priests. 100 boots, that 200 feet. Tongue like a sword when I fucking speak. Teach you how to fish instead of fucking leech. Stop selling drugs instead of trying to fuck with me. Knowledgeable but I'm rude in my fucking speech. Life is about warfare, not no fucking peace. Hey bitch, I cry loud when I fucking speak. Make them wait a year before they fuck with me. Turn a street nigga to a fucking priest. Cross a priest and I promise you forever sleep.
Hey, shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Barakatham to the Akim. Yahweh Shemar Latham Hashem Yahushua to the Akwatim. Shout out to you, Sister Kaya Carr, the water for checking in. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna do this Hebrew today. I understand we still gonna go through these prefixes and suffixes and really recognizing them. Recognizing them. I'm gonna use the Lord's Prayer, and we're gonna, write it out and see if we can find the prefixes and suffixes in that. 1 second. Let me like and share my damn self. All right, yeah, so I got the ancient Paleo Hebrew up here right now. Get your practice in, write it down, say it out. I'm gonna go through it with y'all. Then I'm gonna write the Assyrian. So we got Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha. It's important to pronounce that right. Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka. That's why that's important. Ha and Ka. La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Rasha, and Tha. They got your ancient Paleo Hebrew right there. Write it out. You know what I mean? Get it down. Say it out loud. Remember it. Say it in repetition. I'm going to write this Assyrian. I was here last week. I got the Assyrian down without looking. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, slacking this week. I ain't practiced as much as I should have. It's there. I got it in my head. I don't want to cheat. Yeah, I cheated. Oh, okay, yeah, the T. That's what it is. Looks like a T. I don't like how I drew that. It's a Syrian tricky, man. It's tricky, but it get easier when you practice it, and when you don't practice it, you forget it. So practice it. I'm focusing, so like it. Okay. Qua. Ra. Sha. Yeah. Not bad. Then those different endings you got on the ka, which is right here. Yo ka. Yo ka, yo ma. Yo na. Yo pa, and your taza all has special endings or alternate endings. So when it's at the end of a word, this is what the character looks like. It changed from this, the ka up here in the Assyrian changes from this to this was at the ending. My mic good? My sound good? Hey, the water for checking in. All the sisters checking in. Most High in Christ. Shout out to you, Ashabanath. Shout out to you, Shay, my rib, and carry car. The water for checking in. What's the other one? I said, nah. Yeah, so it's important. Mic check, mic check. At the end of a word, when this character is used, it changes from up here to down here. And it's just the ka, the ma, the na, and the I. No, it's like it. Taza. The ka, the ma, the na, the taza, and the pa. Yeah, that was the other one. So like it. And this look like that. So those are the alternate endings for those. The Assyrian is important. You know what I mean? Syrian is important because when you try to look for the Hebrew, you know what I mean? If you just put in Hebrew, or even sometimes if you put in ancient Hebrew, this will pop up. These characters will pop up. Now here in the ISUPK, we understand that the original Hebrew is these characters up here. You know what I mean? It's honestly easier, but we write it all down. And those there at the bottom, I'll put it there. That is your ancient Hebrew at the top and your modern day Assyrian Hebrew under that. Now, like I said, you want to write it down. I say this every week. Write it down. Say it out loud. Memorize it, because it's very important if you want to get into the real study of the Bible. You understand? I'm gonna erase this. We're gonna move on to the prefixes and suffixes once again, just to hammer it home and get it down pat. This might keep going out on me. But yeah, just to hammer it home, like I said, I'm gonna use the Lord's Prayer. I actually picked out a couple verses as well. Go into that. My blue marker disappeared. All right. We're going to use green and red. Yeah, we're going to put the sounds. Get rid of that glare a little bit. All right, yeah. All right, so these are your prefixes. Going in, your is I or M. All right. The ba is in or on. Duh. Do. Huh is the. What. And. Yeah. Like or as. La. It's like it. No, it's like it. I skipped it. I messed up. The ya is he. Yeah. Like. The ka is like or as. The la is to. The ma is of or from. The sha is whom, which, that, or her. The tha is thou or thee. Hope you able to see all that. Yeah, that look good. So your prefixes. This is what become what is before a root word, right? So if you see these characters before a root word, this is what it means. The is I or am. The ba is in or on. The duh is do. The huh is the. Wa is and. Ya is he. Ka is like or as. La is to. Ma is of or from. Sha is whom, which, that, or pertaining to. And tha is thou or thee. Those are your prefixes. Then you have your suffixes. If you a nigga like me, you know what I mean, I didn't really know what none of this meant until I came into the ISU. I learned again in the ISU PK. You know what I mean? I vaguely remember English. You know? And I vaguely. Yeah. That glare bothered me, but whatever. All right. Now this comes at the end or after a root word, right? So you might see the same character, you know what I mean, at the end, but it has a different meaning. You got to think before. These are your that would be considered your prepositions, or your prepositions would be another word for it. Whereas your suffixes would be considered your possessive adjectives, right? So showing possession of something, right? So we have, for our first one, we have yeah. Next we have K. And we have Wa. Wa. Huh. We have Nawa. And you have Cam. Yeah, no, I messed up. Do myself up. I'm writing backwards. That's Nawa. Cam. Khan. Ma. And so wait in a second. No. All right, so you got Ya. All right. No, why? That's two characters. Yo, Ya would mean my. Yo, Ka would be you or your. Yeah, I get myself a lot of room over here, did I? How that look? Yes. All right. That ain't that bad. All right, so Ya as a suffix, this is going to be at the end of your root word, right? After your root word. So the Ya, when you see the Ya character, and Salakia, and the suffix is shows possession, right? So when you see these characters after the root word, it's showing possession of said root word, right? So the Ya is my, the Ka is you or your, right? The Wa is his or he, the Ha is her, Nawa is our, Cam is your, masculine plural, right? So Cam is your masculine, Khan is your feminine plural. Ma is their masculine, and Na is their feminine. So those are all important for understanding, right? You got your suffixes showing possession, your prefixes, which are prepositions, right? So let's do the Lord's Prayer. We can get off into that. We're going to write it down, verse for verse, and write it down in the Paleo Hebrew, the Assyrian, and the Sound. All right? So I'm going to try not to get this board, looking a mess. Bear with me. Let's start with the sound. I kind of know the sound off the top of my head. Let me see. Let me just make sure I get the Lord's Prayer right. Abanawa. Let's just work on them first two words, right? Abanawa, right? So you got the word Abba. Understand, we went through that not too long ago. That word Abba means father, right? So we got Abba, and let's write it. I like to be organized. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be red. Let's see. Abanawa. Sure. Bear with me. No. Sure. Sure. My young. Abanawa Shabbat Shemaya. So we know we see Noah, right? We know Abba means father, right? Noah, when we look at our suffixes, Noah means our, right? Our father. Shabbat Shemayim is which, right? Shah. We see Shah. Mayam means heaven or waters. So we got which is Shah, Ba, which is in, right? Which art in heaven. Writing backwards again. It's hard to turn off that English. All right. Next, we got the Qadash. Yashimka. I meant to write it in the Syrian as well. Let's start here. Qadash. right? Yeah, that's right. Right now. Assyrian in there as well. Get that practice in. Alternate ending for the ka. All right, get that down. Yeah, to the question in the chat says, yeah, the context of the can definitely change the word. Even in Mayam, in some instances is water, in some instances is translated to heaven. But it's still Mayam in the Hebrew, so we know the heavens is also referred to as water as well. So the context definitely matters. Qadash in this context means hallowed. In other contexts, it means holy. You understand? I really wrote these to recognize or to find the prefixes and suffixes, right? So, see one there, right? Here and there, I'm gonna change it out, make it green. Understand? Then I see a suffix in Shemka, right? Is your. I believe Haya. Let me look in the vocabulary. No, Shum means name. So it's your name. That so we see off the rip, you know what I mean? We got prefixes and suffixes in the first verse. Al-Banawa, Shabashamayim, Qadash, Haya, Shemka, And after that, you got the Lord's name. You understand? So once you start recognizing the prefixes and suffixes, it becomes easier to read and understand. All right. And this is all easy to understand when you know, got the prefixes and suffixes all down. So I'm gonna erase this. I think we can move. We could try the next verse. You understand? If you ain't get it, pause it. Go back. Whatever you gotta do. Next verse, you got all right, hold on. Pardon the silence, it's just hard to work all these markers. You got markers. All right. It's like you for the dead air. Yeah, I still got. Okay, so Malakwath is kingdom. Kingdom. Which Ka is here again. And the scriptures is thy. And you know, thy is just your. Right? So you can say your, thy, right? I'm gonna have to look in the Strongs for a couple of these words. I believe Ratazah is will. Let's just focus on prefixes and suffixes. So we got Ka in this one as well. I, we got her here, which is the, ba, sh, mayam again, right? Ba is in or on, and I believe is on. No, in. And the sha, I think the sha in this one is not a prefix. Ah. Evans. I missed one here. Sure, and this one is Angel. Oh, yeah, that's why I put shy instead of thigh. Right. And so in this, it's the prefixes is tha, and you got ka is thou. Rataza is earth. Right? Mm. So yeah, we see more prefixes there and suffixes. Hey, Shalom, sorry for checking in. Hey, Sister Aisha, I'm gonna get that answer for you right now. No, so Ratazai or Aratazai is earth. And then Ka, thy earth. So yeah, we could I'm gonna use a different example. We could use the blessing, right? The blessing or the greeting we say to each other. What the brothers say to each other, right? Right? Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatha. And remember, when it's plural, when we speak in the multiple, we add the thumb. Barakathum, right? So the Lord's name, Bahashem, right? Bahashem. Let me get my green. Right? Just recognizing the prefixes and suffixes. Right? So at the Lord's name, in the name of Yahweh, bless you or you all, if it's plural, thumb, right? All right, for the sisters. The green of the the green of the blessing for the sisters is Yahweh Shamar, Elathah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Right? Again, you see in the name of Yahweh Shah. So Yahweh, watch over you in the name of Yahweh, right? Let's write that in the Hebrew, right? You know, that way you could recognize it in the Hebrew as well, the Bahashem. And in the name of, right? Oh, you know what? So like it. Let's go ahead and write it out in Paleo. Let's like it in Syrian. Got to get that Assyrian down. Oh, yeah, I got that right. I'm practicing this Assyrian with y'all. Get this Assyrian down. Like I said, this is what you're going to see on most of your Hebrew that you look up. So this is it's very important because you're gonna go looking. You know what I mean? If you can't find that Paleo Hebrew, you're gonna have to read it in the Assyrian. Get that down. Write that Assyrian down. That's great practice. I'm about to erase this. Y'all go ahead. If you ain't got it down, pause it. Rewind it. I just want to go over it just using a couple make up our own sentence, you understand? So I'm gonna use the word gamal, which means camel, right? We're just gonna add the prefix and the suffix, and then we're gonna have a sentence, right? Shalom, sir. Let's say Waha Gamal Wa. Now I did it like this, so you can see the wa being used in two different instances, right? As a prefix and then as a suffix. So the was a prefix is and, right? Ha is the. Camel. But I use the possession to show what is his. So like it. Take out the. And his camel. So it's what, Gamal, what? Saying you got the same character but used in two different instances. The what as the prefix is and. The what as the suffix is his. Right? So that's important to watch out for. Because the what has a different meaning when it's being used. You know, so this is all to really hone in on your on the reading skills of it, because when you start recognizing these characters as the prefix and as a suffix, you're gonna start, reading it better. And also that's, of course, you have learned the whole characters and the sound and alphabet. So, but this allows you to read it better, because now you understand the what as the prefix. From the jump, you understand that's and. Gamal what, which now you know that's his as a suffix. And his camel, right? So that's about all I got today. Next week, I'm gonna find some topic to go over, either the verbs or times. Fine, we're gonna go in more the dictionary and the words. With that being said, Yahweh Shabarakat to the Akim, Yahweh Shamar, Allah Bashem Yahweh to the Agwathia. Hey, shalom, Jenny. Shalom, Malawab, Yahweh Shamar, Shalaki, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Rakatah. The water for watching, sir.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.